Hey guys, my name is Kate. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the one and only series Shatter Me. I am so excited. I spent like an hour and a half planning, writing down every single detail that I need to include in this video. Quick heads up, this is going to have spoilers in it if you haven't read the whole series. If you haven't read the series and you're planning on doing it, it is going to have spoilers in it, as I'm going to mainly be talking about Aaron Warner and some other bits and bobs, and the plots and the books and other bits. So if you haven't read the series, I would probably click off this video now. But if you want to know a bit about it, and this might give you the push to read it, then be my guest and watch it. Let's go! Okay, so I actually said a second ago that I made loads of notes, loads and notes and more, on every single topic that I'm gonna feature in this video. So let's start with what is Shatter Me, okay? Shatter Me was published on the 15th of November 2011. Right. 15 is my lucky number. It always has been since I was about 5. And then November is the month I was born in. And then 2011 is the year my sister was born in. So this book was practically made for me, and my name is written all over it. So that's why I think it just works for me. Okay, anyway, carrying on. Shatter Me is a YA, which means young adult, which is ages 13 to 16. Dystopian romance thriller written by Tahira Murphy. I think that's how you pronounce it. Everyone pronounces it differently. The book is narrated by Juliet, the protagonist, Juliet Ferraz, a 17-year-old girl with a lethal touch. Now, this lethal touch is very important in the book, so important. It wouldn't be the same. The book... Okay, this is, as I've told you, it's going to have spoilers in it, but the book practically lives on her lethal touch, and Aaron in the first book wanted her because of her lethal touch. So let's talk about the characters. So I think it is Ignite Me, correct me if I'm wrong, the Supreme Commander's sons and daughters kind of come to Aaron and Juliet, and we meet Nazira Ibrahim and then Haider Ibrahim. So Haider isn't really important, alright? He's in Ignite Me, and then we just kind of forget about him, you know? Nazira, on the other hand, she is a golden child. She is amazing in these books. She's not here in the first 2 books, and then she really gets involved. So we love Nazira. She has 2 powers, which is really unusual for Shatter Me, for all the characters in there, because they all have one. And Evie and Max Summers, which are Juliet Ferraz's biological mum and dad, but Juliet's real name is Ella Summers, and she has a sister called Emmeline Summers, which I'll get onto later in the video. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I kind of forgot to talk about Emmeline later in the video. So Emmeline is a 18-year-old girl who is sisters to Juliet, and Emmeline is being held captive by the re-establishment to be used for her powers, and she is really important in Restore Me and Defy Me and Imagine Me. So yes, we like Emmeline. Sorry about that though, this is me recording this while I'm editing. We love Nazira, right? And then we have, let me get the book. Then we have Adam and James Kent. We don't really see, actually no, that's a lie. Adam, okay, so the reason why on Book Talk everyone's oh my gosh, they scroll, and I don't know if it's just my For You page, but every other video is about Aaron Warner. So everyone picks up the book, and I do this too, I can't lie. But you pick up the book and you're oh my gosh, where's Aaron Warner? He's so not cool. I don't know why, why Book Talk like him. And then you go into the second book, and then the second book's people still find iffy because Aaron's not like, woo, amazing to Juliet yet. But then Ignite Me, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Aaron Warner, marry me now. Like, and I can understand, okay? I completely understand, because I was a bit like, oh my gosh, Adam, yeah, he's cool. But I think my red flag was the fact that I liked Aaron from the first book, okay? We don't talk about that though. Adam, yeah, he's nice in this book, right? He's really nice. And then Warren, on the other hand, oh, yeah, he's mine, as everyone says. James in this book, James is so cute throughout the whole series. He like just brings a smile to my face. And later on in the series, I can't remember what book, I'm sorry, Adam and James find out that they are actually related to Aaron, and it's really warming. I love it so much. I love that scene. And then we have the Supreme Commander Anderson. We don't like him, okay? If you're new to the series, we don't like him. He's like, yeah, you know. And then we have Castle. We like Castle. He was really, I love the whole Omega Point stuff in Unravel Me. There were points where I'm like, Castle, no. And I did have mixed opinions about him, but then he opened his character to Juliet and I really liked him. So in the end, yeah, he's a good character. And then we have Juliet's friends. So then we have people like Sonia and Sarah, who aren't a massive part of the series, but without them in the series, like, the books wouldn't have made sense, because yeah, the books wouldn't have just made sense. And we have people like Brendan Winston, and then that will make sense in Believe Me, when they will help with the wedding and that. Yes, I know this is a spoiler video, but it feels wrong talking like this. But yes, they get married in Believe Me, and Believe Me is so underrated, because I'll get onto that in a minute. Let me skip pages. Oh, I should rip the page. Now we're gonna move on to Aaron Warner. Alright, I've only listed a couple of things for Aaron, because there's so many more. But the first one is his golden, blonde, rich, fluffy hair. He gives me like golden retriever vibes in like the last couple of books. He is so cute. He speaks 7 different languages. I love me a bilingual person. They are like so cool. He has the emerald green eyes, and then he wears that like jade ring on his left pinky finger. Oh, I might just have to buy an emerald ring and say I'm engaged to Aaron. He calls her love. Yeah. I don't think we would like Aaron as much if he didn't call her love. I think that kind of, yeah, nicknames are everything, alright? He has a soft spot for fashion. Right? A soft spot for fashion. Oh my gosh, when that scene opened of Juliet going into the closet and describing everything, I knew Aaron was like top shop sort of designer brands of clothing with all his suits. But that closet, oh, that's the dream. And he eats cookies with a fork. What can I say? Gentleman. Anyways, let's talk about the series. So, how to read the series. This is probably everyone, when they start talking about this book, everyone gets the same question. What order do they go in? So, my opinions, let's talk first about the novellas. Okay, so you're probably like, Kate, what is a novella? A novella is a small book. Yeah, I will put a definition right there while I'm editing it, because I don't exactly know. Alright, I'm not amazing in English, but we don't talk about that. So, why should you read the novellas? So, I have read Shatter Me twice, and the first time I read it, so a couple of weeks ago, I bought the first book, and I made a mistake, okay, because I bought the first book for £5, right, really cheap, and I read it in one day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta buy the next ones, I'm dying to read them, like, it was so good. So I went on to Amazon, and it was like $8.99 per book, and because it's like an 11 book series, including the novellas, I was like, No freaking way. So for the last 2 weeks, I have spent countless hours. I don't know right now, but when I edit, I'm going to put like how many hours I spent like listening to the audiobooks of it right here. Because I have dedicated so many hours, and I've read the series twice. One time without the novellas, which was the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, get it. And I read it with the novellas. I was like, oh my gosh, that was 10 times better. So, why you should read it with the novellas? Well, it gives you a different level of intake to the story. Like, you get it from different POVs. So you see, like, everyone's POV, and it's so good from a different side of the story, but the same story. So, like, they don't really recap stuff, but they, like, yeah, it's so hard to say, but you will be making a mistake, a grave mistake, if you don't read the novellas, even if you don't buy them and audiobook them. Like, I was going to buy the box set because in the works they had it for £15, but then I would have lost like £5 because I would have had the same 2 books, and I don't really need that, because I'm just not one of those people who likes more than one copy of the same book. I'm just not that person. And then I'll have 2 of the same book, which for Shatter me it's not a bad thing, but I wouldn't know what to do with it, and it's a bit of a waste of money. So I had to audiobook it, so I spent so many hours, and my sleep schedule is gone kapoosh. What order should you read the series in? The first book, I'm going to like write it here when I edit it as well, so you can read it on screen if you can't hear me, because I have a really quiet voice, I think. So the first book is Shatter Me. Wait, where's it gone? Hold on. This one. This is the only copy of the book I have. This one. You read this one first, and then I will put pictures up on the other books in a second. Then you read oh my gosh, sorry. Right. We cut that out. Then you read Destroy Me, which is a novella. Good novella, yeah? So good. Which is like 1.5, we call it here. And then 2, the second book, is Unravel Me. Again, picture will go here. And then 2.5, we have Fracture Me, which is a novella, which is good. And then we have Ignite Me, which is 3, which is the third book, which I'll put here. Quick opinions on Ignite Me. It's a tad bit overrated. Everyone says Unravel Me is not that good, but I feel there was so much character development in Unravel Me. I really liked it. Like, I think this series is a 5-star series, right? There are no skips, but I so feel that Unravel Me is so underrated, like deadly underrated, criminally underrated. And then we have Restore Me, which is 3, so there's no novella between 3 and 4. And then we have 4.5, which is Shadow Me, which is a novella. And then we have 5, which is Defy Me, which is a book. And then we have 5.5, which is a novella, which is Reveal Me. And then we have 6, which is Imagine Me, and I love that book. And then we have 6.5, which is Believe Me, and it's so underrated. I think the last thing, that I'm going to talk about is quotes from Aaron Warner. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, right, take your seats. Let me introduce you to the greatest fictional person who has ever lived. Right? Aaron Warner. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so I wrote like 2 pages of quotes. Let's start with the first one. One of my favourite quotes that nobody talks about. I fell in love with this. I was screaming and kicking my pillow when he said this. Adam Kent, who is jealous of Aaron Warner because he likes Juliet, but Juliet doesn't like him because he's an absolute you sick piece of we don't, yeah. Daddy Warner, I did not mean to say that. Warner will tell you in a second why we don't say those sorts of words. And then Warner replied with, such unfortunate language. Only those who cannot express themselves intelligently would resort to such crude substitutions in vocabulary. Is it because I intimidate you, Kent? Am I making you nervous? I love that quote so much. It's so underrated, that scene in Unravel Me. It's so good. Okay, next one. Juliet says, your name is Aaron. And then Warner replies with, God, I love that. And then Juliet says, your name. And then Aaron says, only when you say it. Every single scene in here, I literally, giggled so hard. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've just looked at how long I've been rambling on for. Let me hurry up a bit. And then there is the legendary thing that everyone has. If you go onto eBay and search up, they have it on t-shirts, hats, everything. Let me rephrase that. LYHFML. Yeah, if you've read the book, you will understand. I think it's in the office scene, when they are talking about Aaron's scars, which made me cry. He says, lift your hips for me, love. God, I love him. And then a quote from the first book, which is also, again, really underrated. I love this. Warner looked really stupid when this happened. And then everyone memes it and puts, really funny songs next to it. Okay, so Warner to Juliet. You can't jump out the window. Kent will have to touch your skin when he catches you. And then Juliet says, let's go. And Juliet jumps out the window into Adam's arms. And then Warner stood there what the actual frick happened there? And then I absolutely laughed at that. I thought that was hilarious. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, don't worry. My fault. Okay. Another part, I kind of cropped it, so not all of it, because you wrote paragraphs for it, but it's always, let's be friends with benefits and not. I want to be the friend you fall hopelessly in love with, the one you take into your arms and into your bed and into the private world you keep trapped in your head. I want to be that kind of friend, he says. There's also another 2 paragraphs, but again, don't really want to spoil it. Oh my gosh, have I really read everything I wrote? Okay, so everything that I wrote down has been discussed. Let's talk a bit more about my opinions on what happened. I love it, okay? 5-star series. The best series ever. I could not put it down. I was constantly walking around the house with my headphones in, and they were not those wireless ones. They were proper gamer headphones, because I've currently lost my wireless ones. Not my wireless ones. I was walking around the house wearing these, right? My sister's Xbox ones, right? Just like that, listening to. Probably can't hear me now. Listening to the audiobook, looking really stupid, but it was so worth it. So, my opinions on the book. Which book? Because they're all amazing. There were really no characters that I didn't like other than Adam. But I really liked how it played out, in Believe Me, when he was really supportive to Aaron at his wedding. Aaron, there was I think it was really stormy. Aaron was really depressed, right? All the hard work that we went through. Aaron was so depressed. He was not calling her love. He was being really narky to everyone. I was Aaron, what's going on? And then I had no hope, and I was oh, do I read the next book? And then Define Me was so good. I kind of loved the rescue missions to Oceania. I just really found that interesting. And then Nuria and Sam, they were really nice people. I really liked the sanctuary vibe. In the end, a bit more about the book. It is, as I said earlier, a YA book. I totally recommend you read it, but if you got to this part of the video, I'd say you've probably read the books, because again, it has a lot of spoilers in it. I loved it. I loved it so much. Like, words cannot describe it, how much I loved it. It was the best books I have read this year by far, and I am going to reread them, and I am going to get there one by one by buying the books so I can annotate them. And I am, next time I read Shatter, which will probably be this summer, I am going to annotate it again because it was so good. I love it. Aaron is not overrated. Aaron is rated as he should be, the king of BookTube and BookTok and Bookstagram and every single social media platform that talks about Aaron. He has his worth and it is set right. His goals. In the first book, I loved Aaron. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, Adam, yeah. And then everyone who, how do I say it, annotated the books, put tabs on things that Adam was saying. And it was like, no, we do not like Adam. Alright, looking back on it, in the first book I was like, oh, Aaron is actually really sweet, but I prefer Warner. And I think I will do. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm right. So, if you haven't read the books, which I would be quite surprised if you're watching it at this point, please go and buy the books. Don't do what I did and buy the first book, buy the box set, and you will not regret it. If you don't like Shatter Me, try Unravel Me. If you're still iffy at Unravel Me, I would say push it through until book 3. And if you still don't like Ignite Me, then just leave it because it's not for everyone and I can't push it onto you. But if you haven't read it, what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? I don't want excuses. What are you doing? Yeah, exactly, that's what I thought. So go and run to your mum's purse or dad's purse or guardian's purses or anyone's purse. Pick up that credit card and buy it now on Amazon because you will not regret it. And tell me if you buy it because I'll be really proud of you if you do. So anyways, that's, oh yeah, this is my bed. I've just covered it up because it's really messy. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already because it means a lot to me. I really enjoyed rambling about the Shatter Me series to you guys because I have no one to ramble to. So if you actually made it this far into the video, thank you so much. It means a lot to me because I don't know if I could sit for a video like this. So if you do, thank you so much. You're a proper you're a proper amazing person. Have a wonderful day. It is actually not dark for me. I've actually got fairy lights in the background if you can see, some there as well, and I've got lighting there, and I've shut the curtains to give it some sort of comfy sort of vibe. And anyways, if you liked this video, please give it a like and thumbs up and everything that you do to videos. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, fingers crossed. I'm very sorry about the delay that has been through my videos. I think the last one I uploaded was a month ago, which there. Very sorry about that. And yeah, sorry, I'm a socially awkward person and I'm currently sat in a dark room talking to a camera. So yeah, as I said for the 3rd time, don't forget to like and subscribe and share to your friends, and I will see you in the next video.